Hey, it's Kathy Lindert, your favorite hypnotist. And sorry, I'm shaking the table, so the camera's going. "Woo." I'm here before Memorial Day to just give some words of wisdom, or really how to be more grateful, because right now I know things are tough between just the sadness and loneliness and people fighting and just everything. It really is sometimes very difficult to feel grateful, to be grateful. And I'm going to tell you that you can, that we can be grateful, that we can be thankful, that we can start looking at life differently, and to also realize that when people have different opinions, we don't have to own their opinions. Now, for those of you that are my clients, you know that I curse. And what I'm going to tell you is that it's not your shit. And in the past, when somebody didn't agree with me, or if I didn't agree with them, I would say, I'm respectfully disagreeing. Or even with my children, I would say, we're going to have to agree to disagree because we're just not going to come to that middle of the road. And then it would drop that whole argument. Or if my kids tried, remember that negative word, try, to say, but I'd say, no, let's take a little bit, take a breather. Or sometimes it was just, we're just not going to agree on this. And that's okay. Because I like people and I like my friends to have different opinions and different thoughts. But if somebody calls me a name because they disagree with me, then it no longer becomes an argument. It becomes something that a person is trying to belittle me or pressure me. And I step back and I look at them and I think to myself, I still like you as a person. And I know that sometimes my opinion might change with that person or with the people that might also try and disagree with me. And it's okay to have a different opinion. It's okay to say things that are different or to think differently, because that's what's so magnificent about this world is that in order for things to change, we all have different opinions. We all have different visions and different solutions. But when a person starts calling me a name, and it doesn't happen that often, but if they did, I feel badly for them because that becomes their only way of dealing with a different opinion, a different thought cycle. And what they've done is they've closed all the doors in their mind and they have said, I don't care if you have a better way or a better solution. I'm not listening. And it's as if they're a 2-year-old going, nah, 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 nah. And what does that bring? Nothing. So when a person starts having a difference of opinion, send out a blessing, just bless them. And then you could say, well, we're going to have to agree to disagree. I have a different opinion. I have a different thought process. I have a different solution. And if you'd like to discuss it, I'd be more than happy to discuss it. But if you're going to call me a name or you're going to try and belittle me, that's not going to work either. So I'd rather keep our friendship than have to get into an argument about something that really, in the end, are we going to make a difference? So, and it always cracks me up on Facebook because I see these people and they're just going crazy, fighting, yelling, screaming, big caps. And you know what happens? Nothing. Have you ever had a change of an opinion having an argument with somebody? No, because your defenses are up. So I always laugh and I smile and I say, okay, I'm sure that's going to go far. But the real thing that and I say we as a world, is when we start looking at the good things that we've done. Are we perfect? No. Have we made mistakes? Absolutely. Do we learn from those mistakes? Yes. Sometimes not right away. Sometimes it takes a couple of knocks on the head. But for the most part, I have to tell you that I'm going to say 98% of the population are really good, nice people. Maybe I'm pushing it. Maybe I'll say 95% of the population are really nice, good people, care about things, that want to help out, that want people to live happier and healthier and to be educated and to have a place to stay and to be able to have health insurance and to do all those wonderful things and to practice their own religion and to just be. So every day, I would like for you to just take a minute and look around. And it could be the smallest of things. It could be that you saw a beautiful flower growing out of the crack of the sidewalk. It could be that you saw a mother bird with a little baby bird flapping its wings, an open mouth and looking to be fed. It could be that you saw a beautiful butterfly or a hummingbird or a robin that is out and pulling a worm out of the grass and you're cracking up because it's really fighting it. It could be a great cup of coffee. It could be that somebody said, hey, you look really, really nice. I love your hair. I love your earrings. I love your tie. I love that color on you. You have a great smile. You got great eyes. It could be somebody that said, go ahead, you can go in ahead of me. It could be any and all of those things. It could be that you found out something you were buying was on sale. Or if you're buying bagels and they said, you know what? I'm going to give you 14 instead of 12 or 13 because we only have 2 more left. So here, my gift to you. It could be anything at all. Little things. That's what I want you to focus on. Because the big things, we'll fix them. We'll be able to change. But we have to first be happy within ourselves, be grateful within ourselves. And the biggest thing that we have to do is learn to listen, to think about solutions, and then to discuss them. And when we listen with an open mind, because then when you start hearing other people's suggestions, you can say, wow, years ago, I was on the Board of Ed. And what amazed me about being on the Board of Ed, there were 9 of us. And this was in New Jersey, is that I would have a solution, I would have a suggestion. And then I would start hearing the other board members' suggestions or their solutions. And some I just would say, that makes no sense to me. But then others I would say, wow, that really, yeah, that makes sense. And maybe we could do 2 or 3 things together. And then we would open it to the public. And then they would have more suggestions. And when the parents would come, some of them were very passionate. And you understood because your heart broke for them. They wanted the best for their children. And some were really, really nasty. And you'd be like, as soon as they started getting nasty, whether they had a good suggestion or solution, you weren't hearing it because if they were calling us names or they were saying whatever it was, and they were angry, you really had to think about taking away that anger, going through and just listening to what the person was saying. And not everybody can do that. But what I found was that when I opened my mind and I listened and I would imagine and I would pretend, and this was before I was even a hypnotist. Was I a hypnotist? No, I wasn't a hypnotist yet. I had to think for a minute. I was a mortgage banker. But I would listen and I would think about it and I would say, when we work together, we really get things done. But when we shut our minds and we call people names and we decide this one is not right and that one's not right and whatever else, we get nowhere. So for today, and really for the rest of your life, I would like for you to just be grateful. First thing in the morning, wake up and say, wow, thanks, God, or thanks, universe, or just thanks. And if it's raining, say, wow, I know I really wasn't looking forward to the rain, but thanks, because the flowers and the plants and animals and our earth, we need it. Thanks. If it's really sunny, thanks. We could use the energy and the sunlight and everything like that. Or if it's snowy, yay, snow day. Whatever the day is, look at it, just not within yourself, but for the whole world. And then be grateful. Because when you start off with a grateful mindset, the rest of the day keeps on going that way. I want to thank you for taking out a few moments, listening. I know that it, again, is something that we are all working on to make our home, planet Earth, a better place. And we're all right because we want to do the best thing. And at the same time, we are also going to start learning how to open up our minds, listen, not hold on to the negativity, figure out how to fix things, because that's the only way we are going to be whole again. I wish you a very happy Memorial Day weekend. I'd like for you, if you have served in any of the armed services, to take my gratitude and my thanks for doing what needed to be done. And if you had family members that were also in the armed services, thank you as well. And enjoy this beautiful planet and enjoy this beautiful country we live in. And even though bad things happen, and trust me, they do, we can fix things if we look, listen, and work together. Thank you very much. I will see you soon. Have a great